Hi, it's Adam from Mixed by Adam. Now, I'm a mixing engineer. Before that, I was an engineer and a producer, and I'm going to do something a little different on this channel. There are loads of people out there in the world who are trying to teach people how to mix or master or whatever, and I don't think you need another one of those kind of channels. So I do have one problem though, and that's I love the people that I work with, and they always have the same problems. And I've been interacting a lot on social lately, and people ask questions, and it's quite hard for them to get answers. So it's my intention to have a series of videos on this channel, which are hopefully going to help you have a better chance of actually getting somewhere with your music, rather than focusing on the making of the music. Although maybe we'll cover that, who knows. Anyway, so the question I saw today was, how do I get my music played on BBC Radio? Well, love it or hate it, the BBC is public funded. That might blow your mind if you're in America, but basically it means is if you have a TV, you have to pay a fee every year, whether or not you watch it. And that money basically goes into a pot and funds the BBC. Now that funds TV, it funds radio, it publications, all kinds of things. But what it does mean is it means that the programming is pretty wide ranging. So you get specialist shows. One of those is a thing called BBC Introducing. Now, BBC Introducing is run on a local level. So if you're an artist and you make some great music, what you should do is look in the link below and look for your closest local BBC Introducing. And there's a website and you can submit your music. Okay, now, does it mean it's going to get played on the BBC? No, it doesn't mean it's going to get played, but if it's good, the chances are it will. And there are other things with Introducing which are fantastic as well, like there are stages at some of the big festivals around the country. So that's great. Now, what if you want to get on just normal radio, like Radio 1, let's say, or Radio 2, daytime? Well, it's a little more complicated than that. Now, what you're going to probably have to do is get a plugger. Now, a plugger is basically a person whose job it is to take records, all the new records, whether that's from majors or indies, and take them to the program directors and try and convince them that they should play, this or that new record. In the old day, you probably heard of things like payola, people putting money in record sleeves and shaking it in front of the DJ, hey, this sounds like money, it's a hit. Bribery, right? Well, that's not really so common these days, but imagine how many records are made each week and how impossible it would be for the people at the radio to figure out what they should play and what they shouldn't play. So for better or worse, there's been a system in place for a number of years where the plugger would then take this week's releases around to the different radio stations, different program directors, and play them, and then the program directors would then choose some of those records, and then they would then make it onto whatever playlist. Now, how do you get a plugger? Well, generally you have to hire them. The bad news is they're expensive. Now, you might say, well, that's okay. I got a load of money. I got some money on crypto. I'm going to spend it on a plugger. Well, it's not that simple, because even if you have the money, there's no guarantee that the plugger will pick you up. Imagine you have to be a person who is trusted by the program director. Imagine you go in with a load of crap that some guys just paid you a load of money to take in. And you might say that about the latest major label release. Fair enough. We're not talking about musical taste, but we're talking about somebody who has a reputation and has to build trust. So when they come into the meeting, the program director is going to actually pay attention and listen to what they bring them. So even getting a plugger can be quite a challenge. So there's always, and there'll be a common theme in these videos, and it is a little bit self-serving. It's up to you to make the best music possible, because the cream rises to the top. Now, it is possible that some pluggers might take you on spec. So let's say you're a band, you're fantastic, and you have the guts to approach a bunch of pluggers, and one or more of the pluggers might actually check you out and think, this band has a future, I think they're going to get a deal, we should be in on the ground floor so that when they take off, we will continue to be their plugger once they have a deal. Now, it's fiercely competitive, and again, I'm just going to say to you, make the best music possible and increase your chances of success, because that's going to be one potential way to get your foot in through the door. Now, even if you did send your stuff to the plugger, and let's say the plugger says, yes, this is a great single, we think we can do something with this, and you have the money, and they agree to take you on, and you pay them, it does not mean that you're going to get playlisted. And this is truly the harsh reality of the industry. If you get playlisted, even on a C playlist, which is like the lowest rotation, probably not going to be, played at 3 times a day at drive time, it's going to be evening, or maybe even picked up on just some specialist shows, so nothing is guaranteed is what I'm trying to say to you. And I hope that this kind of helped you a little bit. If you didn't understand the process before, maybe you do now. And if you've got any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks a lot.